Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio Tuesday morning. The Team USA is out of the hunt for the World Cup.
Everybody thought they would probably advance maybe to the round of 8, the quarterfinals and so forth and so on, but it was not to be. USA went out and, in my opinion, was beaten by a better team. I heard all the reports of the Belgian team being old and maybe not able to keep up with the quickness of the USA. Maybe that is the case, but Belgium had a very smart defensive game plan involved, and it was the USA had great troubles penetrating that defense, and you saw that. Now it was 1-0. Belgium had the lead, and then here the USA ties it up on a penalty kick, and that was very well done. The Tillman kid booted it home 1-1. Now the USA is back. 3 minutes later, here comes, and I think he pronounces his name De Ketelaere of Belgium. He kicks another goal, puts them ahead 2-1. Then, in my opinion, the key play was when Belgium went on a rush, a 3-on-2, I think it was, a 3-on-2 rush, and the USA goalkeeper, and this is probably a pretty good piece of strategy, left the net, came running out on the field to intercept the pass. He didn't intercept it. They had a defender in the back, and that defender was so off balance he had no prayer. In goes goal number 3, and then they finish it off with the 4th goal. The Belgium team is pretty good. I do agree that they are probably not the best in the world. France and Spain are very good teams.
Argentina.
But the fact of the matter remains that the USA is good. They're coming on, but they weren't ready for this one and did not play well. Give all the credit to Belgium. I thought they had a terrific game plan.
They won their battles, and you're absolutely right about the approach. Coaching was well thought out on the Belgian side. That part of it set up the players to win those battles because it was just USA could not win those battles. I don't know what the hell our goaltender was thinking. That was I was perplexed in that moment.
He was going to stop the play, is what it was. And that does work on occasion, but if he gets past him, now there is a defender back there, but that defender's not a goalie. No. And he was way off balance, and that was a breaker, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely was. A good run for Team USA, but we still got a lot of World Cup action left. And I think, I don't know, am I rooting for England now? I don't know. Maybe Argentina? We'll see.
On our show yesterday, we had the coach from Bury, soccer coach from Bury, who's Scottish.
Oh, cool.
And I said, well, you're in the British Isles. Are you rooting for England now? And
yeah, of course. No, that's like me saying, "Oh, I guess the Chiefs are out of it. I guess I'll root for Vegas." Yeah, that's never going to happen. I'm done with football at that point. There has been a lot of things to be said about the mental state that the team was going into that game last night with all the controversy surrounding it. Have you had your fill with it?
Over it. I'm over it in every single respect. This is nonsense. All this sports and appeals and so forth and so on. Hey, the rules are there, and rules are to be followed. Now, in the soccer one, I get a kick out of our media, Mike, because when the ruling came down and the board overturned it, a wrong has been righted. This is wonderful and all that. Now, the media turns right around and said, well, it shouldn't have happened. Blame Donald Trump on this. And come on, people. Honest to goodness sake. It's a loss, and it did happen. Now, where there does need to be some noise rained is the college football mess that we're in right now. And we'll see how that is eventually resolved and adjudicated, maybe by Congress. We'll see what happens with the sports correction bill that is before Congress right now. But having ineligible players appeal and folks, the rules are there, and they're there to be followed. We don't live in a society of rules anymore. Everybody finds some kind of an appeal to suit them, and it goes against my better thinking.
I called it. When the World Cup started, I said, if you remember, I go, I'm curious to see if the hardcore soccer fans feel the same way about FIFA as we do about the NFL and the referees and the process and all that stuff. And it's exactly the same thing. So that's why I totally get what you're saying, but at the same time, I take it with a grain of salt because we deal with that every season with the Kansas City Chiefs and every other team in the NFL. So welcome to the show. It's all rigged, man. No PGA tournament this weekend because they got the Scottish Open.
They do indeed. There is a PGA tournament, but it's a $4 million purse, which is just about nothing. It's being played in Louisville, and it is called the ISCA or ISCO Championship. Well, it's $4 million purse, so that means there are a lot of lesser names playing at it. The big name players, I should say, who are going for the British Open are playing in the Scottish Open, and that is coming up at the Renaissance Club in North Berwick in Scotland. That will be this weekend, and that's a big deal. Pretty good prize money for that one as well. And then the players get a chance to hone their game for the conditions at the British Open, which will be coming up next weekend. Not this coming, but next weekend. And those conditions are usually pretty tough to handle. Lots of rain and wind and cold weather and so forth and so on. But that's where they are. The lesser part of the PGA Tour is in Louisville. The big guys are at the Scottish Open.
That's when golf was golf, and they had to play it like Caddyshack in the full monsoon. St. Louis Cardinals really need to get some wins against Milwaukee.
It would help. The Milwaukee Brewers are the leaders in the National League Central Division. Cardinals were 7.5 games back. They're now 8.5 back. But as was pointed out yesterday, what the Cardinals are shooting for now is a wild card. They're taking over, and getting the lead in that division is probably pretty unlikely. This is a 5-game series. Well, now a 4-game series with the Cardinals and Brewers, not inclusive of last night's game, which the Brewers won 4-3, but the Cardinals seemingly had won. They had a couple of runs and then made it a 3-0 lead late in the game, and here comes Milwaukee back in the top of the 7th. These are the Brewers now, and folks, they've been in the playoffs the last several years. They're a very capable team. They got 4 quick runs in the 7th inning and then held on to win it by a score of 4-3. This is an important series. It is not critical. We're too early in the season for it to be critical, but it's a 5-game set, and the Cardinals would do well to at least win a couple of those games. Here's the key. I think the front office is viewing this series, and I'm guessing for them now, viewing this series as what the Cardinals do will determine whether or not there are any deals made at the trading deadline, which is coming up here at the end of this month. Do you make any? Do you get involved as a buyer, a seller, or do you keep what you have? And I would lean toward the third category because I think the Cardinals have some pretty good talent on their team. And if they allow it to mature and get better over the years without trading anybody off, I think that would be what's right. But for now, Milwaukee is the winner 4-3. They play a doubleheader today, a day-night doubleheader. The first game, Jacob Misiorowski, Mr. Flamethrower, is on the hill. Threw a 105-mile-per-hour pitch. I don't know how he does it. He's a kid from Crowder Junior College down in Neosho by way of the Kansas City area. Big, tall kid, about 6'7", very thin, and a left-hander. And, boy, when he unwinds, he fires that ball pretty quick. However, the Cardinals have had success against him. That's the first game. Then they play a second game tonight, day-night doubleheader.
Only team in baseball that's got a better record than Milwaukee's LA 60.
And the Dodgers are way better.
Sitting with the Royals team that I've got at 37 wins, that just makes you feel like you're sitting in the bottom of Mount Everest trying to look up, trying to climb that, especially at this point in the season. Speaking of the Royals, though, I wish they could just take some of the runs from games like this and spread them out over to the other ones that they couldn't win by 1.
And, Mike, this is the sign, and I hate to say this, but a sign of a team that has been in a slump much of the year. They suddenly explode for a fantastic number of runs, which they did yesterday, and this is a bit surprising to me. And then it'll go right back into the drought again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. 15-1, the Royals beat the Philadelphia Phillies, and they beat one of the top pitchers in baseball, Christopher Sanchez, who's an all-star pitcher. He gave up 6 runs in the first inning. The Royals were right on them. My goodness sake. Tyler Tolbert, 5 for 5 with a couple of RBIs. Kansas City had 22 hits for the game. Noah Cameron, well, he's not going to have any trouble at all when your team is way ahead. And the Royals win it by a score of 15-1 over the Philadelphia Phillies. Royals take 2 out of 3 in that series, and that has to be a big boost to their confidence, one would think. But probably too little, too late. We'll see how things work out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not impossible, but if they can start winning like they did yesterday on a consistent basis, it is definitely possible. Speaking of which, you talked earlier about the Cardinals. Are they going to make some moves? Are they going to stay with him? I agree with what you said about it. For the last several years, they've been about develop. They need to stay that course. Sure. It's working out for them. I agree with you 100%. And that also includes the guys they pick up in the draft. When's that coming up next?
The draft is this weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday. There are 20 rounds to the draft. That'll mean probably about 600, I'm going to guess about 615, 620 players who are chosen. Excuse me, there are also differing rounds. It isn't just 1, 2, and 3. There's supplementary draft. That's all part of the contract that they have. But it is this weekend at the Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philadelphia. It all starts on Saturday morning. We'll have the first 10 rounds on Saturday, second 10 rounds on Sunday, and I suspect we'll have some local players, some local Bears players, maybe some Drury players taken in the draft, as well as top high school products. The way it works, too, Mike, is that the higher you are in the draft, 1, 2, and 3 rounds, somewhere around there, the much more signing bonus you're going to get. The lower you get, well, okay, it's not quite as much, but you'll get something. Do you want to play pro baseball, or are you going to take a chance on the colleges developing you? And that is apparently the trend that Major League Baseball is taking now, looking at the colleges, a good level of baseball. We've seen it with the Missouri State Bears, and letting them get their experience there. We'll see how this draft works out.
But then you still always are going to have those studs that are 16, 17 years old they're not waiting for that $1 million payday.
Case in point, Jordan Walker.
Yep. And it's, we'll see what happens, but it's good. I mean, in my opinion, I think giving those kids a couple of years to figure it out is probably a good thing. It's no need to rush. You got the rest of your life to screw it up in the majors. Ned, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.